Hey, lifers, how are you? I'm hoping that you guys are doing well and that you had an amazing Thanksgiving. And if it wasn't amazing, I'm hoping that it was at least a lot of fun and that you guys got to do all kinds of stuff that we start to do here in different places in the US when we celebrate being grateful and thankful. Tonight or today or however you want to look at it, we're going to be talking, this is kind of a two-parter. So we're going to be talking about rejection, which I seem to be at the very blunt end of in recent weeks and months. And I know that it's tough, so I wanted to address it, and I wanted to address it in an introductory manner, um, in the light of the Spirit, of the Holy Spirit, and of the Lord. I was thinking maybe I would define rejection in the Christian manner. And rejection is the enemy's scheme or plan to steal, kill, and crush our joy in relating with other people by trying very hard to convince us that we are somehow unloved, unworthy of anything, including love and understanding, as well as convincing us that we are unaccepted, that there's just no way for there to ever be that for us. We know that Jesus, that it was foretold that Jesus would be rejected. It was foretold in Isaiah in the Old Testament, Isaiah 53:3. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. If you want for right now to just look in the Word in the New Testament Gospel at the book of Luke and look at chapter 4, verse 28. All the people in the synagogue were furious when they heard this. So this is a part where Jesus is reading the scrolls for the first time as a very young person, as a young adult, young man. It goes on in verse 29. They get up, drive him out from the town, and took him to the brow or the edge of this town as in order to throw him off the cliff. Let's also remember in Luke 23:18, right around the time of the Passion of Jesus. In that verse, we remember one critical thing. Let's think about the verse. But they cried out all together, saying, "Away with this man, and release Barabbas." If you can imagine the type of rejection that entails, and if you even think that you're strong enough right now to compare these different types of rejection, when people rejected Christ, they literally rejected God. And when people, friends, coworkers, you name it, reject us, let's say it's a love interest that rejects us, or someone that we fall into and think is incredible, is just an awesome friend, and they want nothing to do with us, we need to remember something very critical, something that I had to learn to remember and recall. I've actually rejected a potential significant other, and I've actually rejected a potential friend or an actual friend, even though we were becoming close girlfriends at the time. I have even rejected coworkers. Just their thoughts, their ideas, they were different from mine. I didn't accept it. These are paths that we all go down. So in this part 1, I think your homework, or our homework, is to think of that one instance, or even more than one instance, but look at what they all have in common. When we were being rejected, what was it that made it so that we thought, one, that we were not being understood on purpose, 2, that we were not capable of having somebody accept us, and 3, why we felt we could have possibly even deserved that. And we need to think about 2 things. Did we overcome it? And if we did overcome it and get past it, what were the things that we did to get past it? Anyways, friends, lifers, let's think about this for a while between now and part 2. And if there's anything that we can do to stop being this type of person, that's going to be awesome. But if we're having trouble, we need to go back into the Word and realize why, and ask God to open our eyes and our heart and our mind and take us there regardless. Take it easy.